Morning, guys, for another session of Morning Markets, where we're going to go through what's going on in the markets right now, see if there's any potential setups. And there is always potential setups, especially when the market is going to start in T minus 15 minutes. So let's get ready. And we'll mark out some levels. We'll talk about the trades that we had on yesterday. Unfortunately, the trade I had on yesterday did not hit. It came down, took me out, and then went straight up. So I had my stops in an area that was probably a little bit too tight. But anyway, let's jump in, and I'll see you in a second. Boom. There you go. Let's put some music on. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. So what are we looking at the moment? Well, I'm actually looking at a possible trade on CHF, pound CHF. Now, this is what I'm looking for. If this doesn't hit, then I'd be looking for a long further on down around here. So these are the two levels. So let's have a look. Let's say the long position straight up to take it up. There is a less likelihood that this is going to happen. So I am willing to take a loss on this particular trade to get into as well. Trade there. Those are the two options that I've got. I really like pound Swissy at the moment, the way that it is moving. Go on to a higher time frame, you can just see we're starting to get this bullish structure. We've got this very nice impulsive candle. Okay, so impulsive move. Now we're trickling up towards coming up out. Okay, so that is what I'm looking for. We've starting to get that bullish structure now. So we're getting that lovely trend line, and now we've just come into a 50 fib on a higher time frame level. Obviously for intraday, we're in the middle of the move. So it could get a little bit choppy. If I go down onto a 5 minute, now you can see we have got areas where it can come down into these areas of demand. Okay. And then start pushing up to actually take that. Or if it's super bullish, there's a lot of momentum, then on the open we should see a push up to the other side. We will have to wait and see. Okay, I'm not sure yet. Let me just check what I've got. Okay. Okay, brilliant. So that's the plan for pound CHF. Let's go through all the goodies. Let's go through the main ones. Okay, so we got gold. Say no more, really. It's this kind of candle, that kind of range candle that we see. It looks like it's going to clear all of these guys. To be honest, I don't see any trade in there at the moment. Where it's actually at. Already come down, already consolidated around this area. Don't see any entry unless come down. I don't think we're going to come down there. There's too much momentum. Things are pushing early on. What's going on? What is going on? We'll have to look at financial truths. Okay, S&P. Yesterday we actually had a look at the S&P. I don't trade it, but we had an idea that it may come down to this level. It started to push down. Yesterday we had quite an impulsive move. That is quite an impulsive move down from yesterday's session. From what I can see, we've come into this area of supply and now we're pushing on. And gold pumping, S&P going down, risk off. What does that look like for my CHF position? Probably not the best. The CHF is A little bit like gold, when it's a little bit of risk off. Traders tend to go into gold, CHF, like that. Yeah, nail on that. Okay. Same thing with the Nasdaq. You got a nice gap here, broken up under the EMAs. Got a lot of air to fill in. So we'll see what happens with that. VIX is going up. Let's have a look at the Dixie. Same as yesterday, we had really nice push up, and then total fail. Basically, back into this area of demand. Is this going to be that kind of? Maybe we see it hold here. I'm not too sure. Ideally, if it does hold here, then I stick to my guns and say we trickle up to this 200 EMA and take out those highs from yesterday. We will have to see. I'm not sure where the Dixie is at the moment. Euro. So yesterday, let's have a look. We did have that level that we marked out yesterday, and it did, in fact, get hit. So got hit yesterday. That was the level there. We had a nice move up back to a level which was the 1 hour. Nice level here, which is a 1 hour. So we found support. This was around the fib area. Came up, hit that 1 hour level to hit, and then pushed down to a 4 hour level right here. So we're consolidating between this 4 hour level and this 4 hour level. One at 1.13417, the next at 1.127. And you've got a couple of levels in between here on the 1 hour. I do think we're going to push up on Euro to this level. We've already taken out all of the liquidity, and we've already seen a reversal pattern with the head and shoulders right here. So that's why I think we are going to start trickling up. We found support. We've got support on this 1 hour and the EMAs. So that's what I would be doing. We're going to start trickling up to those areas of 13417. It is a Friday. It's Friday. Pound breaking out. If you go onto a higher time frame, like we're at a really interesting level now. I'm not sure this could result in maybe a swing failure of this level. Pound is good for me if it breaks out here. It shows me a lot of strength. That's good for my other trade on stage F, but if this falls back into the level, this fails, then it's not good. So where would I say with this one? I would say hold tight, see what happens at the end of the day. This could be a swing failure level. It's quite a big level. The thing is, we've already had quite a few times where we've taken orders and we haven't been able to find any more by selling pressure downwards, and now we've been overtaken. So the amount of orders that have been filled, now there's no more sellers, not enough sellers on the order book. Now we're getting a push up. Now, before London Open, we're getting quite intense push up. This is this is the Asian session. Asian highs has pretty much already been taken out. Ooh, it's a bit of a difficult one, especially when we're on a level of resistance. This is on a big level. It could just trickle down, come back into, let's say it comes back into a level like that, then you'd be looking for short back into this area of demand. That kind of short would be really, really, really nice to get into. So if that happens, great. If the other scenario happens, which this is, then it's just a continuation trade. All of these EMAs should eventually come up, but they're already starting to lose a little bit of momentum. See this 21 EMA coming down, it's starting to lose a little bit of momentum, but who knows? These are the two ideas that I would keep an eye on. USD yen, okay, You've got this head and shoulders type of structure right here. This could be a really nice trade up to 200. Take out all these guys here. This is the range that you're going in. That's on a 5 minute. Let's look on the 1 daily. We come back into quite a significant area of prior demand. We've got that there. 15 minutes. Let's have a look. 15 minutes. That could be a reasonable trade. So something like that. That could be a reasonable trade. Again, market is about to open. You've got 7 minutes. Market's open. Okay, another Canadian dollar, USD Canadian dollar. This has had a this would be a nice move to come back in. Really interesting. This is nice. I like this. Let's have a look at the 15 minute. Starting to slow down right here. Look, coming to the area of the hand. I think you can get a nice. Fingers has already pushed off. I was getting into this position and I'm already missing my optimum entry, which will be here. I'm getting in a little bit later, so at risk of a little bit more, to be honest. Be a 1-to-1 if that hits. I'm gonna put an order in. I'm gonna risk $500 on this. There you go, $500. Put in this order as well, and it's not working. Let's have a look. There you go. That's why. Okay. So I'm putting an order. We've got that. I'm putting that buy right now. That would be very nice. Hopefully, picking it up. Let's go back. I'm going to go back onto my other platform now. There you go. Okay. So this is the trade idea. Okay. Ideally, it takes me out, takes me in. Ideally. What else? So this is the trade idea. We're going to mark that out. This trade out. So in a 38284 order with $500. I'm going to put that in red because that is a trade that I'm already in. What else? Euro. It's a little bit weaker right now. Reopen. Okay, the Swissy is starting to play out. 3 minutes of audio is not ideal. I don't really see much anything else that really takes my liking. Actually, that looks like a short. That does look like a short. That down to 200 EMA. That would be quite an interesting level, an interesting short play, or something like that. Just because the reason why I say it's a short play, we've got this rounded price action. Okay, we've had a break in the EMAs, we had a retest, taking out all these highs, find any pairs, another break and a retest onto the level, and then you'd be looking for that continuation down to take out these lows and into this area of demand. That is what I would be looking at. Even better, it's so much easier as well for me seeing it on the yeah. That's basically the trade that we just had on USD CHF, Australian dollar. That's really not true. We can mark that out. You wouldn't really get into it there. You can mark this out like that. But stop on the high, and really get out of that area of just to mark this out, and then tomorrow, I believe this was. Oh, we're not here tomorrow. It's a Friday. It's a Friday, so we will leave this there, and then we'll see what happens later on in this session. We've got 1 more minute until market opens, so we're just going to go on to Swiss and see what happens. I'm going to take in as well. Let's put it in. Okay, we have been tagged into that by the looks of it. Yes, we've been tagged in. So we're long here and currently long here. This is pre-open. Okay, market's just opened. Drawdown. See if it can hold. We're starting to get a little bit wicky, deciding what it wants to do. So a lot of volume in this area, lots of orders, many orders. Just need to see who's going to get overpowered. Okay, that's coming. That looks like it's going down. I think we're going to start to see a push up right now on pound Swiss. That looks like it's going to come down and take out those. That's picking up momentum. I think this one's done. This one's fine. This one's going to hold. I think this one's going to start to push up. Just by the look of the wicks right here, we had retracement on there, and it just hasn't been able to, you know, if this stayed as a wick, and we start to trickle up, that's fine. At the moment, it looks like it's starting to build up momentum. So So probably around $250 right now. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, wow. Wow, 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 wow. So lots of momentum. I'm probably out on that one. But yeah, yep, out on that one. British pound CHF. Woo! Look at that. Look at that candle. You gotta love trading. Honestly, it shouldn't be exciting. It shouldn't be exciting. But if we have a look at this one, why didn't this work? Let's have a look. Okay. Why didn't this one work? Okay. Longing into resistance. Yes. We have a weak high. Fine. EMA is probably not quite ready to make that pattern just yet. Maybe a little bit later. So 15 minutes. Let's have a look at the 15 minute. Yeah, could have been. Go back into Swiss. We're good on this one. We're going to start pushing up and support, and that is going to be the triple up. Keep you updated on that. So I have taken one R loss on one account. This looks like it's going to be a good trade. Slightly more. So that is it. We're going to do a market recap at the end of the session. Okay, we're going to go through all the different trades that we've had today. So I'll go over the one just had that we just closed. We'll look at this one, see what has happened with this one, and see if it actually is hit, and some of the other trades that happened on in this week's sessions. And that's it. Okay. We'll see you guys later. Snappy, quick and snappy, and that's what it should be. These streams should be open up in the morning, watch the open, trade the open, and then from there we'll take it. Anyway, see you later, and I'll see you in the next session.